Okay, good morning everybody. Welcome to Mortal Gaming. This is me again, Marvin, and we're now here for another video for Ragnarok Origin, and all of us are anticipating the release of both Sorcerer, Maestro, and Wanderer tomorrow, right? So it was supposed to be June 27 on the calendar, but I suppose they moved it because I don't know, maybe this had to happen, more testing had to happen, and they have been testing this on the test server for maybe a week or so, and they have released a class balance. Okay, this is not, a class balance. It's not even out yet. How would you know that it will outbalance other classes? Anyway, later. Okay, so this is not a balancing, this is just a pure nerf. Okay, they have been both nerfed, the Maestro, Wanderer, and the Sorcerer. Those two job classes, third job classes, have been nerfed in their DPS. Yes. Okay, so I could totally understand for the Wanderer's side, okay, because it was supposed to be a support, right? Being a support, you have to have good support skills, and you'd have to do your supporting. So primarily a support job class dealing a lot of damage is kind of overpowered. Doram. Right? So I think they have increased they have buffed the healing side and nerfed the damage side. Now, the bad thing here is that one of the special skills or special bursts of the Maestro on the Wanderer side, it's good because it's totally support. Okay, the burst is totally support, decreasing the damage that the allies take, because when it becomes an angel, it does that. But on the side of the Maestro, somehow they have made the kit to be a DPS, because the burst is dealing damage. Okay, it deals damage, becomes a devil and deals damage. But all in all, they have nerfed the skills, the multipliers, the nebula, everything. Nebula, Nexus, no, not Veriscore, but the skill percentage, the multipliers, they have totally either removed like 30% of the computation or cut it in half. Well, in terms of half damage, let's now go to the Sorcerer. Okay, so we have here the video of Cody Wumpeldad, because he is in the test server. We don't have that capacity as of the moment. Okay, even if we are in the test server, I could not spare some time for that. I need to rest most of the time. Okay, here.
Welcome back to another video.
Okay, welcome back. So here, it's always like this on all of the multipliers of the Sorcerer. And just let me rant this time, okay? Just let me rant. Devs, look at this. From 60%, okay, 60% to 30% chance. Okay, so right, then next would be from it will be reduced faster now. The mental synchronization stacks will now be reduced from 4 seconds to 3 seconds. It will be faster now. Aside from that, there's also the damage. Where is it? Look at this. The additional damage multiplier of the magic fist, the auto attack thing, is changed. It has been reduced from 100% additional damage to 50%. Not only that, okay? Not only that. Look at this. Attack speed from 15%. This is even the weapon, guys. The weapon from 15% to 10%. And casting Extreme Emptiness skill adds 100% skill damage before. Now it's more than half. They took more than half of the computation, and it's not even skill damage. So the only thing that it's gonna affect is the wind, earth, water, and fire element damage. Element damage. That's so much smaller than skill damage. Okay. What else? We also have, wait, what is that? Okay, this one. Okay, so where is this? Stardust, the damage of the skill will be increased for. Okay, so in this moment they have increased it. Okay, in terms of the elemental weapon. Okay, so they're trying to rework the elemental because it really sucks. Okay, the elemental or the casting or the caster build of the sorcerer really sucks. So they have reworked it. They doubled. Okay, they doubled the increased value up to 4 stacks. So it's instead of 40%, it now can get to additional 80% damage. But okay, aside from that, the varieties spear, etc. So but when you look at the nebula, god damn it, the nebula level 20 from increased attack and defense attribute of the summon of the auto attack elf or the one that you summon, from 20% increased attribute to only 10 freaking percent. Okay, next, this one is 100% chance to trigger elemental bolts, and additional elemental bolts will be added. That was supposed to be there, but now it has a condition. When not under mental fatigue, and you have to you have full elf stacks, it will have 100% additional elemental bolts, adding elemental bolts. So you now have to satisfy these two conditions under mental fatigue, and you have to have full elf stacks. Okay. And last, look at the Nexus talent. They have also reduced the Nexus talent. This still on the Sorcerer. They have nerfed the Sorcerer, even if it's not yet brought back to the real game. Brought in to the real game. For each level of mana burn or elf communication, the wind, earth, water, and fire element damage is increased by 10%, lasting for 10 seconds up to 4 times, so 40%. Now it's only 5%, same stacks. It's now up to 20% only. Elemental resonance. Now, before it increased the elemental damage of the same attribute skill by 20%. Now it's just 10%. Oh my gosh. This is what I'm talking about for the Wanderers. So before the Wanderers, they are highly how do you say this? They are highly depending on their accessories. Now they took it out, and they now have huge healing now. And in terms of the DPS, aside from that, you can now put the Song of Return or the Resurrection skill on auto. But in terms of the damage, look at the reduction on the damage multiplier. 1760 to 1400. What else? 1900 to 1700 on the detonation. And 1600 to 1300 on the vibration field. In terms of the what is this, the nebula, okay, level 60, the field on the field increases the damage on the vibration detonation by 30%. It's now 15%. And what else? This one, when casting vibration detonation, it is now increased only by 10% instead of 25%. It's now 10%. And ultrasonic rainstorm, additional increase of 20% here in terms of the Nexus skill. It's now only additional 10%. I could totally understand the fear that they have when they released before the Paladin. Everyone was, everyone was changing to Paladin once a lot of people are totally realizing the power of the Paladin. But I could totally understand the changes here. Okay, I'm still hoping for the best outcome in the release tomorrow. But if this is gonna become the same dead classes that the Shura and Royal Guards are at the moment, imagine how few are playing the Shura and the Royal Guard right now, expecting and waiting for a rework or a buff. If this happens again here, I'm pretty sure you won't like the scenario again. I don't know how you are doing this, cutting every damage by half. 10%, 20% reduction, I could totally understand. But half of the damage is not even out yet. And all of the tests I've been looking at and watching, the tests on the Taiwan server, the test server on Taiwan, it's not even that overpowered. I mean, in terms of the usability of the Sorcerer, yes, the Sorcerer is gonna be a menace in PvP, considering that the Sorcerer can actually disable AoE damage. But I've come to think about it that the Doram doesn't have to cast their manually, their skills manually. They can just summon them, and those summons will be going to the enemy players. The only thing that they're gonna restrict on the Doram as of the moment, if the Sorcerer got up to the global server, is that in terms of the field, you can no longer cast AoE on the field, but you can still cast targeted skills, and that's not that much of a threat. Second thing, when you talk about the Sorcerers in its kit, it's so hard to use already, and you nerfed it. It's so hard to the point that you are always running out of SP. Instead of the Sorcerer burning the SP of the enemy, it also burns its SP. I don't want to play a character that is always lacking SP, or doesn't have SP, or could not even cast any other skills, because the Sorcerer doesn't need to get hit by Dark Priest players, user players, or whatever, Dark Priest cards. It already does the Dark Priest to itself. I do hope that this I'm still hopeful. I do hope that this is gonna be reasonable. They have because maybe they are, I don't know, but it sucks. It really sucks that they have reduced all of the damage multipliers. But yeah. Anyway, I'm still I'm now in terms of my thinking for tomorrow, I'm now more inclined to transferring into a Wanderer or Maestro, trying a Maestro. I'm now really more inclined to trying Maestro. Maestro has good AoE, good multipliers. It can also heal. It heals really good, okay? And it doesn't have to cast. It just casts once and it heals indefinitely. And it can resurrect. It adds damage. It adds damage bonus. It does a lot of things. So I'm more inclined now to being a Maestro instead of being a Sorcerer. But yep, that's it. Let me know about your thoughts on this. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm gonna go back to resting, and that's it. Thank you, everybody. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. If you happen to like this video, please do leave a like, share this to your friends, and click that bell notification button to get notified every time I upload a new video, start a new stream, or a new content. That's it. See you again on the next video. Bye bye.
Now found you.